Alright, let's look at the homework 8.5, problem number 9, part B. Alright, this time I'm going to use GeoGebra to find the answer. Alright, so I'm going to bring up a GeoGebra here. Alright, and first thing is, since I have to change the mean value, so I'm going to make something called a slider. So a slider is sitting right here. So I'm going to click there and click anywhere on the screen. So I'll click right here. Right, then here name is going to be, I'm going to use mu. So mu is right here, I think. So click on that, and so we're going to be able to use let's say I'm going to start from 400 because that's the original mu, and we're going to have to actually make it bigger so that less than 400 it's going to be less than 5%. And increment is probably 0.1 or 1, doesn't matter, and click that. Alright, so what it does is that this slider allows you to change the mu value by using the slider here. Alright, so I'm going to just set that to 400 for now. And then you have, alright, so the density function is going to be, so this is normal distribution. So it's going to be 1 divided by 2 times square root of, actually not 2, it was a standard deviation is 14, and the square root of 2 pi, right? And then multiply by e to the, right, negative x minus mu, right? So we just have to put mu there. So put mu, right, and squared, and divided by 2 times 14 standard deviation squared, and hit enter. Alright, so looks like we got the function typed in correctly. Alright, then I'm going to, let's see, rescale a little bit so that we can see the picture. So it means at the 400, so I'm going to just shrink the x coordinates, and so that we can see the picture. So I'm going to go get it around 400. So just keep on shrinking. Alright, so you can see a little bump here, right? And then I'm going to stretch it out so that you can see the actual curve there. Alright, so maybe a little bit more and a little bit more. Oh, that's too much. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so we have that. And what we want to do is we want to integrate. So we're talking about, let's see, less than 400 gram. So we have integral. And the function is, of course, the density function. And 0 to, say, 400. Right? Then if you hit enter, you will get, it showed up once and it went away. I'll do it again. Integral, right? Then you have f of x and 0 and 400, right? Hit enter. All right. So of course, if you the mean is set at 400, so it's going to be a half of it is going to be less than 400. All right. So our goal is to get this number. Actually, I need to see a little bit more, so I'm going to go rounding and maybe through 3 or 4, oh, maybe 5 decimal places. Doesn't matter. All right. So at this point, the half of it is going to be less than 400. So we're going to have to increase the target or mean value a little bit higher so that it's going to be less than 5%. So as you can see that as we increase the value of the mean, right, you can see that the value is getting smaller. Let's see. I want to be able to. All right, so move this. All right. So yeah. It's not very responsive right now here, right? So right now it's a 6%, so you have to set it a little bit higher. Oh, it's pretty close, 423 and maybe 0.1, and it's going to go down to 4.9%. So here you can see that if you run it to integer, mu equals 423 would be the closest we can get, right? So that's why the answer is, and the answer was 423, right? So that's another way of doing the finding this value. And so this might GeoGebra might be a little bit easier because of this slider function. You can kind of change the mu value a bit, and making sure that less than 400 is going to be about 5%. So 423 was the answer. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.